Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the show. This is T-Bone logging in with a live stream of Euro Truck Simulator 2. Last time I did a stream, which was on Saturday, I picked up a Pilkington trailer from Birmingham and I'm driving it to Debrecen. So we're just passing Colne at the moment. Now the only thing with Saturday's stream was that Better Twitch TV, I have no idea why, was playing up. So there were people watching my stream, but the chat wasn't actually connecting properly, so I had no idea whether anyone was talking to me or not. So I do apologise if anyone was there and you felt that you were being ignored, because that wasn't the case at all. It was more to do with technical error, technical issues, and I ended up actually finishing the stream early. So let's get on with it. I'm already rolling and I haven't even started the truck. Okay, 10 miles an hour. Right, let's start the truck, shall we? Get it in gear. Now the truck that I've got now has had a few upgrades probably since you last saw me. I'm now up to, I think it's about level 15 or 16, and I've upgraded the same Volvo quite a bit. As you can see, it's still got the Halloween DLC on it, which is the wolf skin. Now I do know that SES have also launched a winter pack for different skins, and that's something I will purchase at some point. And again, that'll be something that will appear on stream as well. Ooh, didn't want to do that. Clipping cars with my trailer seems to be the thing I do at the moment. I don't know why. I just wonder whether it's going to be you and me, or it's going to be any more people tonight. But I've had this situation before. I've had this situation with Power Ranger and also V-Slot. In fact, V-Slot kept me company for a very long time. It was just a conversation between me and him. If I upload videos from OBS, which is 720p, the quality isn't bad, but the quality coming from direct capture from something like Marilis Action is a lot better. The only problem with that is I wouldn't have any of the overlays. So I wouldn't have chat overlay, I wouldn't have my ident in the corner, so I wouldn't have anything like that. And at the end of the day, if I'm streaming something, I want other people to be able to see what's going on in chat, because that's what I respond to. I'm not surprised that you're going back to Bad Company too, considering what's happening with Battlefield 4 at the moment. I've heard some pretty bad reports. I mean, I bought Batman Arkham Origins recently, and the game's good. Fundamentally, the game is good. The problem with it, and the reason why the game isn't a game I wouldn't class the game as great, is because there are too many bugs. The reason I bought a fair few games, apart from doing review content, was I'm looking to do it tends to be a seasonal thing on YouTube, but you tend to find there's a lot of top 10 lists of games of the year, and that's going to be one of them. I haven't quite decided where I'm going to position it. My expectation was higher than the actual reality, so I might have to drop it down the chart a fair bit. What animal do you like best? Are you talking domestic or wild? So I was going to say, if it's a domestic animal, then I would say cat. Never been a dog person. I think dogs are too dependent on you, where cats can be independent and look after themselves to a certain degree. I mean, you still have to feed them, but they can still come up to you and be affectionate and all that kind of stuff, and it can still be, a cat can still be an animal companion. Whereas if it's a wild animal, fair enough. It's not that I don't dislike dogs. I'm okay with other people's dogs, but when it comes to looking after them, oh boy. Fair enough. As for wild animals, I can't pick out one in particular. I think if I was to pick out a particular group, I would say birds of prey, like kestrels and eagles and so on and so forth. Absolutely amazing creatures, particularly when you see them soaring on a thermal. I went to, this was a couple of years ago, I bought my girlfriend a birthday present, and it was a falconry experience, and it was fantastic just to be introduced to all these different birds of prey, from the smallest and the tiniest all the way up to the bigger ones. I mean, it would have been nice to have stayed there all day, but at the time I didn't have the funds to actually buy that present. I could buy half a day, but not a day, which was a shame. But it was great. I do remember though, there was a tiny owl, really tiny owl, and this little owl was quite a character. And I was taking photographs with an SLR camera. my girlfriend likes horses. I was taking photographs with an SLR camera, and I do remember this owl flying towards me, and the next thing you know, it gave me the fright of my life, for the simple reason that it actually landed on my camera lens. It perched on my camera. It was right in front of me. Never seen anything like it in my life. But as far as horses, my experience with horses is a little bit limited. My girlfriend really likes horses. There was one point where she actually managed to get me on the back of a horse. I don't know how she did it, but she did it. And this is during one of her birthday weeks or weekends with twin sister and her brother-in-law. And it was an interesting experience. It was more like a trek than anything else, and we didn't get up to any sort of great speed on a horse. But getting on a horse, that was hard enough. I found that quite difficult. Even getting off was, I managed to get off. It took me a while to figure it out, considering I'd never ridden a horse in my life. And even after I got off the horse, and I just remember sitting down on a sofa that evening, and it still felt like I was still riding the horse. I could still feel the saddle. It's definitely something that I can tick off my list of things that I've done. My favourite game on the horse? Not sure about that. All I know is that from that experience, I mean, I don't know how long that trek was, whether it was an hour or 2 hours, but after it, I don't know, I wasn't all that struck. I think what I would need to do when it comes to horses is actually have a few lessons and then make a judgment, because from my initial experience of just trekking, wasn't all that keen. I know you are. Mind you, that'd be interesting. I wonder whether somebody could actually invent a video game that a horse could play. Oh, excuse me, sorry. I am feeling tired. I'm probably going to do this delivery and then call it a night. I'll do. Nice tank of fuel, and let's rest. Cool. That's a nice offer. I shall bear that in mind. I'm not sure I'm going to be coming to the US anytime soon, though. I think my girlfriend is. I think she's actually going to be going to a wedding. Yes, she is, because she's a bridesmaid. A friend of hers from the UK is actually marrying a woman in America. And they're going through all the illegal stuff and all the INS and all that kind of thing. So hats off to them for doing that, because I did look at that when I was dating my ex-fiancée from New York, and I know it's not an easy process. Okay, early hours, 25 to 4. This feels vaguely familiar to this morning in real life. Okay, 106k in the bank. Right, where are we? Next question. We're coming up to Vine. So we're currently in Austria, and we're not doing too bad. We've done a nice stretch actually, Colne to Vine. So should be able to do this leg in one go without resting now. So let's make a start. Just going to check if the auxiliaries are on. Yes, they are. Not pulling anything oversized, so I don't need the beacons on. There are times where I really do wish for a steering wheel. Is that going to hit the lamppost? Yeah, I'm a little stuck. I'd imagine it would be fun actually. So when it comes to Oregon, do you live in quite a rural part? Is it sort of very is it more sort of countryside-ish or small town America, as it were? Mainly because on the whole, when it comes to visiting America, I've been to mainly larger cities on the coast. So places like New York, country. Cool. So it's mainly been coastal cities on primarily the eastern seaboard. So New York. Oh right, that's interesting, because my music choice when I did Farming Simulator for the tutorial, it's all country style music. It's royalty free. It doesn't have, it's not copyrighted or anything, but it is that style. So I've got some, I've got more sort of acoustic instrumental. So you've got guitar and banjos and things like that. But it seems to suit it really well. I've never really got into country music myself, has to be said. Are you using Pandora? Pandora? I've never heard of Pandora. Nope, can't say I know what you're talking about. talking music, sure. If you're talking about music, no. The music I use is all copyright free, royalty free. So I think... Oh, which site did I go to? I think it was Audionautics for that series. At the moment, the main sort of music I'm using... Excuse me. The main sort of music I'm using when it comes to royalty-free stuff is either by Kevin MacLeod, so that's going to be incompletetech.com, or it tends to be Audionautics. There is another site that does music as well. You pay for it, but then you've bought the commercial license, which is called Smart Sound. The nice thing with Smart Sound is that when you buy the music, what you can do is you can say to Smart Sound, okay, I need a piece of music that's this long. And Smart Sound does it for that long. I think the maximum is 4 minutes. Are you ending the tutorials? Right, well there are a total of, I think I'm planning something like 8 episodes in total. For the tutorial series. Now I may possibly do a second series which is more sort of mod focused, but at the moment I've done, I think it's 3 episodes, so yeah, nearly halfway. But I'm trying to keep each tutorial less than 10 minutes. That's my aim, and so far I've done it. Although it's not the shortest show that I'll produce. That is going to be the reviews. The review content, which will be games new and old, so everything, okay. So the review content that's new and old, I mean, the video might be a little bit longer than this, but the actual review from beginning to end, from the time I actually start the clock to the time he stops, is 5 minutes. And it's a challenge. It's a bit of a challenge. I mean, I did a review. I know this game's been out for a while, but I did a review of Batman Arkham Asylum because I'm looking to do the entire series. So I'll do Batman Arkham Asylum, I'll do Arkham City, and then I'll do Arkham Origins as three reviews. So then you can watch all 3 of them and you can see the comparisons as well. So that's the plan. That's why, one of the reasons why I'm going back into history. And it's quite nice to have historic reviews as well. For example, I've not long bought the Tomb Raider that was launched this year, which potentially could be going in my top 10, but I'll see where it goes, see what happens. But I bought the pack, so I've got every Tomb Raider game. So it means I can go back to the original Tomb Raider, which potentially when I do something like the current Tomb Raider review, I can compare and contrast, which is not a bad thing. But my biggest purchase at the moment, was Sony Vegas Pro Suite. Not cheap, but I think it's going to be worth it. Particularly to make the content at the level that I wish to make the content. I think the most, probably the show that's going to be the most complex to produce will be the new show. But I'm looking forward to doing it. Lovely time in the morning, 5 to 5, sun's just peeking over the horizon, or starting to. always amazes me how narrow some of these junctions are. Okay, delivery points ahoy. It's like a builder's yard. All sorts of things coming out of Debrecen. Now, yeah, I think I'm going to make this reverse a bit tricky, to be fair. Okay, straighten her up. Let's have a look. I might have cracked it. Let's see what happens. There you go. Okay. Slightly askew, but I have to say, considering the angle, not bad, not too bad. Okay, let's see how we've done. Satisfactory. That tells me there's a lot of damage. 7%. Ow. Still nicely into level 16, that's cool. But it would be nice to go to Norway. I haven't actually been to Norway yet. I think that road's quite good. I know it's another tank, but let's go for that. The Gusta! Hello! Welcome to the stream. Nice to have somebody new. Well, this changes plans a little bit. I was planning to stop, but actually I'm thinking of carrying on now. Yeah, let's carry on. You're welcome. Well, as you've only just got here, I was going to end the stream because there was no one else coming in. But as you've just got here, then yeah, I'll stream for a bit longer. Although I'm just going to stop at these lights a little bit longer than I would normally and take a drink. You'll have to excuse my voice if it still sounds a little bit hoarse. I did lose my voice on Wednesday of this week following a really bad cold flu symptoms which I had earlier on in the week. Thanks very much. Well, if you want to see highlights, then go to my YouTube channel, which is called TboneIsGaming, and also my Twitch and my Facebook are exactly the same as well. I post mainly video highlights of my live streams, there's a number of them now, and there's a couple of vlogs up there. I'm planning to launch main YouTube channel content next year, so that is in the works. There's a few things I need to get equipment wise and other bits and bobs before I can actually do everything I want to do on the channel, but we'll wait and see. The main thing I've purchased is Sony Vegas, so that's my editing software. I've purchased the suite, which was, it was a pricey thing. Oh, damn speeding. It was a pricey thing, but at the end of the day, if you're going to make videos, then you need to invest. So coming up on my YouTube channel, there will be review content, games new and old, so games that have been out for a while, as well as games that have come out fairly recently. All depends on what my budget is, because at the end of the day, it's all coming out of my pocket. I don't make a penny, not yet anyway. Not until I'm at a point where I can monetize content. And I'm not partnered on Twitch either, so that's a long-term goal. But to be partnered on Twitch, you need a lot of views, a lot of people currently viewing, and you need to stream often. So realistically, you're looking at, I think it was 2 to 3 times a week and about 500 concurrent viewers. I'm not sure why this. Yeah, I'm not sure why the stream is lagging, because I'm not dropping any frames at this end. I'm streaming up in 720p, so I'm not going up into 1080 because I know a lot of people can't watch that kind of resolution. And besides which, I can't edit in that resolution. Well, I can if it's OBS, but I can't if it's Release Action, because that was another license I bought. So it's one of those unfortunate things. And just to add insult to injury, because I'm not partnered, you can't choose the resolution. In effect, I choose the resolution for you. I also choose the bitrate. Now, I'm actually using settings that Twitch recommend for bitrate when it comes to 720p content, which is not huge. Not realistically. I mean, I'm just having a look at my upload, and at the moment it's hovering around 2.5-3 megabits. So if you've got that sort of connection, then you should be able to watch the stream comfortably. Yeah, I'm back. Although, you think you are? Okay. Well, your chat's working absolutely fine. I'm just wondering what the last thing you heard, apart from, obviously, are you back? As for my most recent video, it was actually today. I finally got my voice back today, having lost it for a couple of days. Although, it's still a bit sore. So, once I've streamed, I'm going to rest it really well. Ready for work tomorrow, as I work in a call centre for customer service, part-time. And it involves shift work and all sorts of times, mainly evenings. So that means when it comes to times I stream, it's going to be varied. It's going to be quite varied. The best way you can find out that I'm streaming is either like my Facebook page, which is TboneIsGaming, or you can follow my Twitter, which is also TboneIsGaming. Occasionally I will put out a vlog, but it's not consistent at the moment. I mean, the most recent vlog was actually today's, which was put out there mainly because of what's happening on YouTube. There's so many things going on YouTube at the moment. There's the whole thing to do with okay, well, I'm streaming from the UK, so my hometown is Birmingham in the UK, so that's where I'm streaming from. I'm fairly fortunate that I've got a high-speed connection, so I'm very lucky in that respect. In game, we've picked up an Abrams tank from Debrecen in Hungary. We're going past Budapest, Banska, Krakow, Katowice or Katowice, I'm never sure with that one. Wroclaw, Dresden, Berlin, Rostock, then up to Odense, Copenhagen, Malmo, and then we're going to up to past Gothenburg, past Oslo, and up to Gardermoen in Norway. So we've got quite a trek. I don't know whether I'll complete this journey tonight, but we'll see how we get on. I'll certainly do a fairly big chunk of it, and also I'll see how the chat goes as well. Okay, sorry to hear that, Augusta. Well, hopefully your iPod won't lag too much when I upload the highlights. So what I will do then is I'll pull into a lay-by or a rest stop, so then you can pick it up next time. Okay. Unless someone else joins us. But I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, cool. I'm going through Denmark. Excellent. So, if you're watching on your iPod, does that mean... So you can hear the audio, but you can't necessarily see the video? Is that what it is? So for you, this is more of a podcast than an actual live stream. Am I right in thinking that? Is it because the video is really jittery and you can't actually see the video, but you can hear the audio? Because I know one of my regular videos generally watches on an iPad and he doesn't have a problem, but it all depends upon what your connection is. I mean, if it's a mobile internet connection, then I can kind of understand why there might be a problem. Whereas if it's a Wi-Fi connection, it all depends upon your broadband provider. It's a shame it's lagging too much so you can watch the stream, but hopefully you can listen to it with a bit of luck. I know with the tank I need to be cautious. I think 50, even 50 is risky. Oh, that's a real shame. It's a shame your internet's like that. It really is. Well, at least you should be able to pick up the highlights anyway. That's the main thing. I think we've got a few people join us, so I'm going to keep streaming for a while. You never know, it could be some of my regulars. That'd be quite nice. Or it could be some new people, which is great as well. Slow down, slow down, slow down! For those of you who've joined us, yes, that is indeed a tank in my mirrors. In fact, I should put my beacons on. There we go. Okay, fair enough, Augusta. Yeah, by all means, do check out the YouTube channel. At least you can actually put that in the resolution that suits your internet connection. And thanks for following me. And do subscribe to my channel, which would be great. My YouTube channel, that would be great. I think I'm up to about 6 subscribers, so with you it would make it 7. But we'll see how things go. But thanks for calling in. Right, so let's get to the next rest stop and see how the chat goes. As in when I need to rest. Oh my word! Considering this truck's got something like a 600 brake horsepower. It's not like a 600 brake horsepower engine. It's really struggling up that little gradient. Mind you, I remember trying to pull the tank out of a quarry, which takes. That was an effort, even with an engine of this size. even ended up with a 6x4. I've gone back to a 6x2 because I prefer it. Besides which, when you're pulling a tank, the one thing I find is if you use a 6x4, the front end lifts so much when you're accelerating that you end up in a situation where in order to steer around some corners, you have to back off the accelerator so then the front of the truck loads up, so then you can actually steer around the corner. You end up with this very weird technique. So a long way to go, 1200 miles this time round. This is proper long haul. So in game terms, that's going to take me over 2 hours to do. So if I actually streamed the whole thing, we're looking over past midnight, but we'll see how things go. I don't mind picking this up on Tuesday when I stream again. Ah, there's actually people on the side. There we go. One guy being very pensive. So the next stream will be Tuesday. That's going to be the 17th of December. I haven't decided on a time yet. The good news is I'm actually off work that day, so potentially I could stream a lot. So I might do sort of a stream in 3 parts. I am considering doing what I wanted to do on the Saturday last week, which is I'm considering doing trucks, planes and trains. So a bit of truck simulator, a bit of flight sim, and also some train sim as well. So all 3. So bit of variety. And depending on what time I start streaming, you never know, I might actually start with a little bit of Hearthstone as well. But we'll see. So I could be going for about 8 hours. So that could be quite something. Ooh, bit of a struggle up here. Come on. At least I haven't got tangled up with this tank yet. I think this is Banshka. Yes, it is. Right. Okay, so I'm going to find a rest stop here. Oh, it's a problem with such a long trailer. And now I'm going to get AI cars. Not helping me. Okay, so I am going to leave it there. So I'd like to thank all of you for joining me tonight, and for both parts of the stream, whether it be Hearthstone or Euro Truck tonight. I'd like to thank the moderators for doing their job, including Moobot. So as I said, the next stream will be Tuesday the 17th, and I hope to catch you there. In the meantime, please do go to my YouTube channel, which is TboneIsGaming, and take a look at my highlight reels as well as my vlogs. As I said, the channel is due to officially launch in 2014 with all the main content, and I'll keep you posted on what's happening with that. In the meantime, and until next time, take care and enjoy your gaming. This is T-Bone logging off.